Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Just want a clarification. You had mentioned about the subject-object attention. So is this a right understanding? Here, the subject is the reality. You had mentioned one thing, reality.
Subject means person.
Subject is a person.
Reality are three.
There are a concept which you had also mentioned today. There is a reality and the gross matter. Reality and gross matter.
No, reality means three realities. Gross matter is one reality, which we think that is the only reality. But Chittam is another reality, like gross matter. It not subject to measuring and all these things like in the gross, but it is a reality. Similarly, soul, spirit is a reality, supreme spirit is a reality. The three layers of reality. When our consciousness becomes finer and finer and finer, we start seeing realities. Chittam also a reality. You start seeing, like you see, the animals cannot observe its own mind. It cannot see that reality. We can observe our own mind. Mind is going crazy. We can observe our intelligence. We can observe our ego. Depending on your development, spiritual development. Many human beings also, you tell them to see their ego, they cannot see their ego. Their social ego. There are varieties of personas that they manifest in different situations. They cannot observe. So once you start observing that, then that becomes a reality, because it's a reality. So similarly, next, spirit levels. The knower, kshetrajna, the knower, the doer at the spirit level. Means knower, desirer, thinker, feeler, willer. That's you, that is never changing. Now I feel like an old man, but the same I was feeling about myself like a baby, like a child, like a boy, like a man. Who is that knower? Who is that person in this body who is continuously changing the bodies? That is one reality. That is spirit reality. Okay, continue your question. Three realities.
Yeah, so it's clear now, the reality part. But how the jiva, the belief system and the reality for jiva is more on the gross object when it sees. So how do we understand? Like, mostly what happens, the jiva is in the trap that the reality means if some senses can perceive. As you rightly mentioned, now there is layers in the reality itself. But first thing is on the object which gives him the feeling, which gets into the faith, then the journey starts. So how do we, from objects to the reality, how to bring that? Because jiva, me as
that is only possible if we go out of the bodily concept. Starting point is to come out of the bodily concept. When I believe that I am this body, automatically the belief is that the gross body, gross world is the only real world. Starting here, I am this body. So if I am this body goes, next level, I am the mind. I am the chittam. He thinks. Then it's another level of identification with the material energy. I am my intelligence. Then you're dabbling with the intelligence field of the other person, everything. You'll able to observe, this man is very intelligent, you'll say. Because you are able to see the intelligence. And then next level is you're able to see the ego. You think you are the ego. You are above gross body. That is gross body concept of life, intelligence concept of life, mind concept of life, ego concept of life. Real concept is I am eternal servant of Krishna, spirit concept of self. So all these layers we have to disidentify. That happens not by jnana. Very difficult. It can happen by jnana. But simply by chanting Hare Krishna and acting continuously as servant of Krishna, all this becomes manifest. Our consciousness becomes finer and finer and finer. So it's a very wonderful, direct process of liberation of the soul, which is practically impossible. Daiviyesha gunamayi mama maya dhuratyaya. Not by tapasya, not by this, all these things, dhana, dana, tapa, all these things, you cannot come out of this. Not easy, not at all possible. But because Krishna is. Mamevaye prapadnante mayametam tartite. Take to the process of devotion service to Krishna, gradually everything will become. It's not that you will. Divya Jnana will come to you and then you will know. It's not that you will know and then you will get Divya Jnana. You understand what I'm saying? Divya Jnana comes to you, therefore you know. This is the descending process of knowledge. Divya Jnana is given to you, therefore you know. Normally in the material world, jnana means I struggled and now I know, you say. No, it's not. That is the jnanic process. Divya Jnana, hridaya prakashita. It is not manufactured in your hridaya. It is shined on your hridaya. Shined unto you. And then you know, oh yeah. Such a narrow concept of life. Not a concept of existence, that only gross matter exists or only this exists, finally come to the understanding of spirit. So this is the truth. Even now, whether you believe or not, there are 3 layers of truth. You have a mind, you have intelligence, you have an ego, subtle body is there, gross body is there. And you are there as spirit. You are also there. But when you are though this is a reality, you have got three layers. Even this, though it's a reality, you think I am only gross body. Animals think I am only the gross body. But animal also has soul. Animal also has mind. Animal also has a gross body. So you want to limit your life to gross body? Then your perception is that I am that body means I want to enjoy all the senses. Once you realize I am not the body, then you want to engage your body in service of Krishna. That's all. For what is its purpose? These sense enjoyments are all senses. Jnana Indriya and Karma Indriya are meant for, not for enjoying. Karma Indriya is meant for working for Krishna. Jnana Indriyas are meant for input into this system. Seeing, touching, smelling, tasting, to engage in service of Krishna.